Hello, my name is Rid Cook and I'm here to do an interview with Rid Cook. Hello, my name is Rid Cook, who is a filmmaker. I am a filmmaker and he has made a lot of films. They have been screened in the Disposable Film Festival. We have got to ask him some questions now. How and when did you become interested in filmmaking? When I was a kid, I used to love using my dad's video camera. Old chunky video camera, and I used to love filming stuff. I got to college and it was really cool, and I could borrow cameras. I started filming skateboarding, then got a job and I saved up to buy this, my first amazing, awesome, incredible, amazing and cruddy camera. Shane Meadows visited my sixth form college and he inspired me to become a film director. What influences your filmmaking? My life, my own experiences, people, other films inspire me. Different films that I've seen, they inspire me. Other filmmakers, if I meet someone who makes a film, they inspire me because they're making films too. And how great is that? It's always great to hear other people's stories about how they make films, and that's inspiring. Just realised that I was talking about inspiration and the question was actually influence. But hey, isn't influence the same thing as inspiration? It's kind of the same thing, right? Influence, inspiration. Yeah. Specifically, what influenced you to make the film what you made, what was selected for the Disposable Film Festival? I wanted to make a film for a competition, for the Shane Meadows website competition thing, and you had to make a 1-minute film or a 15-second film. And I thought, well, hey, I'm going to make a 1-minute film. And I thought, what kind of 1-minute film am I going to make? And I thought, well, I'd quite like to make a documentary. And I thought, actually, can I fit a documentary into 1 minute? And I thought, well, yeah, let's give that a go, and maybe it'd be kind of funny. And what shall I make it about? Well, let's make it about something simple. And I thought, hey, I'm gonna make it about this room that I'm sitting in, not this room, because I wasn't sitting in this room at that time, at my moment in time. Then I was living with my parents, and I had a little room to myself where I had my computer and my TV and my DVD player and all that. I thought, hey, I'm going to make it about this room. I was also influenced by a animator called Jerry Jackson. Check out his animations, they are amazing. The second film I made, my 60-second documentary about stuff what is in this house. The reason I made that is because someone was like, hey, I want to put you on Radio 4 because you're a filmmaker and you had a film screened at Exploding Cinema. And I was like, hey, I would like to be on Radio 4. And they were like, well, are you making a film? We need to record you, we need to audio record you making a film. And I was like, I am not making a film. So maybe I should make a film. And I thought, hey, why not just make a sequel to the 60-second documentary about what is in this room? And I thought, hey, what can I make it about this time? And I thought, hey, maybe I'll make it 2 minutes, and maybe I'll make it about my house. Ended up being just 1 minute, but still about my house, and that's what influenced that one. Why did you want to make this film? Because I like making films. It was a laugh. That's why I wanted to make both of the films. What was the process of making the film? I had some ideas. I thought, hey, what can I say about this room? What can I say about this house? I certainly didn't write a script and just sort of filmed different things and then just started talking about them. I did sort of very brief little interviews with my mum and my dad. Yeah, I just sort of thought if I just sort of point the camera at things and have myself talking about things that were kind of bland, but I was saying was kind of interesting, then I don't know, that would be kind of funny. Because I had only a bunch of footage to fit in. I shot over an hour's worth of footage for both films, and for both films I had to cut them down to a minute. So I was literally just cutting it right down to the chunks of gold, and I'd also cut out breaths. I just said breasts, not breasts. There were no breasts. breath. So I had to cut out the breaths that I was saying, and even little bits in between my words. And I think that really had a good comedy effect. You know, the process of just cutting it down to those just chunks of gold, and then letting it just, and then it just sort of zooms through these sort of funny little bits. And I hope that you can watch it again and see more, because you could probably miss a bunch of stuff on your first watch because it's so like. What kinds of equipment / technology did you use to shoot your film with? I used this camera, which is a DV camera. It doesn't record HD, just mini DV, standard definition video. I also used this guy, analog video, and it looks really weird and fuzzy and kind of cool actually, and really sort of strong contrast. But this is absolutely not even digital. Also used one of these things that it's difficult to point at. This thing, what I'm recording this with, it's a webcam, a mobile phone. It wasn't this mobile phone. It was one that was not as good as this one. This camera, which is a smaller mini DV camera.
You will
see me in the film doing this.
Weird twirly thing now.
Basically, a multitude of cameras, and then I cut between all those cameras. Why did you, it's the same question, but why did you use this technology equipment? One, because I didn't really have much choice. These are the cameras that I owned, and I thought, hey, why don't I just use multiple cameras? Like, obviously I'm always interested in using cameras, but I thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I can use 2 cameras or 3 cameras or 4 cameras at the same time? And I did that a little bit in the first film, but in the second film I took that even further, and for every single shot that I was doing I was recording with at least 3 cameras at the same time. And what interested me is that they were all 3 different cameras, okay? So when you cut between them they look different and they look weird, and how cool is that? How many people did you work with when you made the film? How many people were working with you when you were on the film and you were working on it? For the first film I worked with this guy. I worked with that guy. I shot it all. I edited it all. I also did the music. I can't make music, but I just sort of did it, right? So that's important. You can make films on your own. You can do it. Just you. That's fine. For the second film, I knew some more people. I started meeting other filmmakers. I got my brother to help out. And I also got my friend from Project Trident to help out. I got a guy called Simon Panrucker to do the music, and he did a fantastic job. So if you can work as a team, it's awesome, because everyone brings different elements to a film, and that's how most films are made. You have a big team behind it, and that's great. Did you come across any obstacles that got in the way? I didn't think about this question before answering it, so I'm thinking about it now, and I can't remember any obstacles at all. I don't think there are any obstacles. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember any. I just. Well, oh, here's an obstacle. Obstacle alert. This camera was an obstacle, not in the fact that it was away, in the way. It wasn't in the way. The obstacle was that this camera doesn't record digital. It doesn't say digital. It says 8mm video. It records analog video, right? And if you plug this camera into a computer, the computer's going to go. Camera's going to go. So what you have to do is somehow get the footage of this guy onto a computer. So I plugged this camera into this camera. This camera does talk to computers. And then I plugged this camera into the computer. This camera was here, this camera was here, and there was cables in between them. And then they were going into the computer, which I can't show you because I'm talking to it. Then I played the footage on this camera. That went through this camera into this camera. And this camera was pretending that it was digital video. And the computer was going, digital video. I'd quite like to have that digital video onto my computer self, so Rid can edit it. So that was an obstacle, and that's how I overcame that obstacle. I just used cables and whatnot. Good. That was an obstacle. How do you envision low budget equipment influencing future filmmaking techniques in the future? It's a big question. I mean, low budget equipment is. Thing is, I think it will always. Future envision low budget filmmaking techniques in the future. I don't know. I don't know the answer to the question. In the future, there's creative geniuses everywhere, and they'll be able to do stuff, and they already are. But I think in the future, it's going to be great, and it will be lovely. And I don't know what to say. Sorry. Thank you, Rid Cook, for doing this interview with me. It's been really interesting. It's been so interesting. I've never been so interested in something ever. So, in summary, that is the answer to all of your questions. I love the Disposable Film Festival. It's awesome. This is what it's like now. In the future, we can do stuff like this. I hope that you enjoyed this interview with me about some filmmaking, what I've done, and it's been great. Thank you. Bye.